Just sit over there and keep your mouth shut. Forever. Okay?
Are we gonna do this or what?
Sure. Anytime. You set me up, Ronnie.
Alright, ain't what happened, bro.
You just cut the bullshit, bro. What about the client?
I don't know, but they owe me too, alright? I still haven't got paid.
What about Louis? You set him up.
No way, Bobo. Not a chance. That client took him out. I say we go find that fucker and get us both paid.
That's a good idea. Once you get dressed. Guns don't kill people. Bullets do. You made two big mistakes. You should have checked the weight, and you should have never tried to burn me.
How much for this to go away? Give me a number. 100 grand? 500 grand? Come on, that's a lot of cheese. No! Fuck!
Ready for another round?
I said I was gonna kill you.
Yeah. It's kind of fun, isn't it? Pick it up.
You're gonna fight or you plan on boring me to death?
Pick it up!
The story begins in Los Angeles with a police detective named Taylor, who waits impatiently for his superior officer, La Breton. Soon, La Breton arrives, and as Taylor steps into the car, a gun is instantly pressed against his head. Before La Breton can pull the trigger, a shot rings out, dropping him on the spot and saving Taylor's life. The shooter turns out to be Jimmy Bobo, a seasoned hitman with a long criminal record, and instead of killing Taylor, he begins to explain how everything led to this moment.
The guy I just saved as a cop. That's not the usual way I do things, but sometimes you gotta abandon your principles and do what's right. Here's the story. This is the way it went down.
Earlier, Jimmy had arrived at a hotel with his partner, Louis Blanchard, and together they were there for Hank Greeley.
Sir, if we could just come in for a minute.
I don't give a about your badge, man. You got a warrant?
When Greeley refuses to let them in without a warrant, they force their way inside and carry out the hit.
I still don't see any paper, which means you got no legal...
After finishing the job, they head to a bar to collect their payment from a middleman named Ronnie, but as they wait, Jimmy starts to feel like something is off.
Ronnie Earl's late. All right, I wanna go to the camp. He ain't here by the time I get back Friday, right?
Yeah, okay.
Jimmy steps into the restroom, unknowingly giving another hitman named Keegan the perfect opportunity to strike. Moving through the crowd, Keegan attacks Louis and stabs him. With his target down, Keegan heads to the restroom to finish Jimmy as well, but Jimmy fights back. While chasing Keegan, Jimmy stumbles upon Louis' lifeless body, and in that moment, he realizes they've been betrayed. He then grabs a knife and escapes the scene. Meanwhile, Taylor, a detective from Washington, arrives in town to assist with the investigation of Greeley's murder.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Lieutenant LeBrun.
Yeah, he's right in that office.
Thank you.
As he works the case alongside LaBreton, they question a prostitute who claims to have seen the killer.
And then those guys came.
What were they looking for?
They wanted my client. They wanted to kill him. That's what they came to do. But I don't get a good look at them. I can't identify them.
Taylor examines Greeley's body and recognizes him as a former cop who was dismissed for stealing evidence.
Was kicked off to force in complete disgrace. Cop gone real bad. Drunk. Gambling. He stole evidence from a case he was working.
As he digs deeper into the case, he discovers that Louis, the man killed in the bar, was a hitman, connecting both murders to a much larger conspiracy.
Blanchard's a known associate of one James Bonomo, a.k.a. Jimmy Bobo, suspected hitman. 26 arrests, 2 convictions. I'll send you his current contact information via local parole board database.
Right.
That's all for now.
And thanks.
Taylor quickly suspects that Jimmy Bobo and Louis Blanchard were involved in Greeley's murder, but LaBreton stops him from getting directly involved, insisting that the case should be handled strict by the Los Angeles Police Department.
My homicide division is more than capable of handling this matter without your help.
I think I'll stick around for a while.
A few days later, Taylor reaches out to Jimmy and introduces himself, suggesting that Louis' death may be connected to Greeley's. He sets up a meeting at a nearby bar to discuss things further. During their conversation, Taylor explains that he wants to find the people behind both murders and suggests they work together to track them down.
Let's work together. We can help each other out.
I don't work with cops.
However, Jimmy refuses. As Taylor leaves the bar, 2 unknown men begin to follow him, leading to a tense confrontation in a parking lot. Taylor manages to shoot one of them dead, then searches the body and finds a badge from the local police. While distracted, the second attacker opens fire, leaving Taylor exposed. Suddenly, Jimmy Bobo appears out of nowhere and runs the gunman over, saving Taylor's life.
The cops.
Dead cops, and you're gonna be dead too if you don't get in here and get fixed up. Come on.
Jimmy offers to treat his injuries, but both men keep their guns raised, wary of each other.
2 choices. You come with me and get fixed up, or get out here and wait for the cops. Your choice.
After a moment, Taylor agrees, and they quickly leave the scene together. Later, Keegan visits his boss, Robert Morell, who criticizes him for failing to finish the job the night before. Morell's lawyer, Marcus Baptiste, reveals that Greeley had tried to blackmail them and handed over a file containing evidence of Morell's crimes to a mobster named Baby Jack for safekeeping. Morell orders Keegan to retrieve and destroy the file at all costs.
I want you to destroy it.
Meanwhile, Jimmy takes Taylor to his daughter Lisa's tattoo studio so she can treat his wounds. Since going to a hospital would be too risky, Jimmy relies on Lisa's limited medical training. Taylor stays in the car and calls LaBreton, updating him on the situation.
I got a source. He's gonna lead me to the guys who took out Greeley. I bring him in, he's just gonna lawyer up, and then you got nothing.
It becomes clear that Taylor is only using Jimmy to get closer to the people behind Greeley's murder, planning to arrest him once he identifies the mastermind. Lisa successfully removes the bullet from Taylor's shoulder and stitches him up. Later, Keegan tracks down Baby Jack at his place and kills him before confronting his men.
Open the safe. Thank you.
After taking down everyone, Keegan retrieves the evidence file and delivers it back to Morell.
Fascinating reading. All the terrible things I've done.
So who hired you to take out Greeley?
Jimmy explains that their jobs usually come through a middleman named Ronnie Earl. After digging into Earl's activity, Taylor finds a lead showing that he recently used his credit card at a bathhouse. They swiftly head to the place, and Jimmy confronts Ronnie, accusing him of setting them up. Ronnie denies it and instead claims that his employer is the one who betrayed them, suggesting they go confront him together.
That's a good idea, once you get dressed.
As Jimmy turns away, Ronnie pulls out a hidden gun, but it's empty.
You made 2 big mistakes. You should have checked the weight, and you should have never tried to burn me.
With no options left, Ronnie reveals that the man behind the contract is Baptiste, the corrupt lawyer.
How much for this to go away? Give me a number.
He tries to bargain for his life, offering to pay Jimmy to walk away, but Jimmy refuses.
Jimmy, no!
After a struggle, Jimmy guns Ronnie down before walking away.
Hey, give me a speed check on a Marcus Baptiste, local lawyer,
Baptiste.
ASAP.
Right.
All right, thanks.
Taylor then works with his department to locate Baptiste. Once he gets the information, he and Jimmy head to Baptiste's mansion, where a costume party is taking place. They use the party to slip in unnoticed. While searching the house, Jimmy follows Keegan into the bathroom and knocks him unconscious. With Taylor's help, they kidnap Baptiste and take him to a boathouse for questioning.
You let two unknown men enter this house uninvited.
Meanwhile, Morel learns what happened and lashes out at Keegan for letting it happen. A corrupt officer named Town suggests tracking Baptiste through his phone's GPS, but Keegan warns that rescuing him won't be easy. Morel doesn't care. He orders them to eliminate both the kidnappers and Baptiste.
Is that clear?
At the boathouse, Taylor questions Baptiste about Earl, but Baptiste denies knowing anything. Taylor warns him about the consequences, but Baptiste remains unfazed.
Look, there's nothing you can do to me I haven't already done to myself for fun, all right?
Jimmy steps in and gets him to talk. Baptiste reveals that Keegan is a former mercenary working for Morel and that Morel ordered Greeley's death to stop an investigation. He also admits that Jimmy and Louis were set up to cover their tracks.
Okay, look. It's around my neck. I copied Greeley's whole life. Names, dates, accounts, a little insurance policy in case Morel got clever.
They force Baptiste to hand over a flash drive containing evidence of Morel's crimes. After getting what they need, Jimmy kills Baptiste to avenge Louis. Taylor is furious and warns Jimmy that he will arrest him once the case is over. Soon after, Keegan and his men track Baptiste's phone to the boathouse and attack. Jimmy and Taylor escape through the back and dive into the lake. Once they reach land, Jimmy detonates a bomb he planted earlier, killing the attackers while Keegan barely escapes. Since Taylor can't trust the police station due to Morel's influence, they go to Lisa's apartment to use her computer. Taylor reviews the flash drive and finds solid evidence of Morel's corruption, including payments to officials and judges. He calls La Breton and reveals everything.
Flash drive with a list of all the payouts. As soon as I get back into town, you'll be the first person I call.
At the port, Taylor suggests they split up for now while he meets La Breton. Meanwhile, Morel learns that Jimmy has a daughter and orders Keegan to kidnap her. Keegan goes to Lisa's tattoo shop, tries to lure her outside, and when she refuses, he knocks her out and abducts her. Later, Taylor meets La Breton under a railway. As soon as he gets into the car, La Breton suddenly pulls a gun on him, but Jimmy appears and kills La Breton, revealing that he was working for Morel.
I know, I've heard the speech. We should have taken him in.
Shortly after, Jimmy gets a call from Keegan, who offers to trade Lisa for the flash drive.
Don't hurt her. Where you at? Where are you?
Market Street Power Plant. And don't come heavy.
Jimmy goes alone to an abandoned warehouse where Morel and his men are waiting.
I assume you brought what I want? The flash drive, please. Thank you. Very good. You can let it go.
After checking the drive and confirming it's real, they release Lisa. But Keegan, angered by this, turns on Morel and kills several of his men before taking Morel down himself.
Never to trust a man who doesn't care about money.
As Keegan fights his way out, killing anyone in his path, Taylor secretly enters the building. When a henchman attacks Lisa, Taylor steps in and shoots him. In the final showdown, Jimmy and Keegan face off in a brutal fight.
Just you and me.
Pick it up.
Jimmy gains the upper hand and kills Keegan by stabbing him in the throat with Louis knife. Taylor then fires a precise shot, finishing Keegan. Taylor takes the flash drive, and Jimmy shoots him in the shoulder to make it look like he escaped.
You tried to stop me, and I shot you too. Make that your story.
Bobo leaves the scene while Lisa decides to stay with Taylor. The news of the incident surfaces that the criminals turned on each other out of greed and killed each other. 6 weeks later, Taylor meets Jimmy at a bar and tells him he won't go after him for what he's done. However, he warns that if Jimmy returns to crime, he will personally bring him down. Jimmy accepts the challenge and drives off into the night in his new car. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.